Today I am going to explain electric current. So let us define electric current. So electric current is defined as flow of charge per unit time, and it is denoted by the symbol capital I. So that is motion of charge per unit time is called electric current, and we use symbol small q or capital Q for charge and small t for time. So mathematically, electric current, that is I equals q by t. The SI unit for current is ampere, and 1 ampere equals 1 coulomb by 1 second. Now let me explain the current carrier in solid, liquid and gas. So we know there exists three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. Now in case of solid, it is the free electron which causes electric current. In case of liquid, positive and negative ion causes electric current, whereas in case of gas, positive ion and free electrons causes electric current. So solid, in case of solid, free electron is responsible. Now solid have definite shape and size, and atoms and molecules in case of solid are arranged in definite or in regular fashion. So let us consider an atom of a solid. Now this is an nucleus. We know nucleus is composed of neutron and proton, and this is an innermost orbit. Now let me draw an outermost orbit. So let us consider a simple atom. So we have two orbit and electron are filled according to 2n square rule. Now we have two electron in the innermost orbit, and let us take a single electron on the outermost orbit. Now these electrons, they are held by an attractive force because nucleus contain protons which are positively charged and electrons are negatively charged. Now suppose we supply energy to this atom, and if this energy is sufficient to remove this electron from the outermost orbit, that is if this electron is knocked out from this atom, then we can redraw this figure. So let me redraw. So we have nucleus and we have innermost orbit. So there are two electron in innermost orbit. Now since the electron is knocked out or it is removed, so we have vacancy of one electron, or there is deficiency of one electron in the outermost orbit. Now this atom with one electron less is called positive ion. So there is deficiency of one electron. Now why it is called a positive ion? Because there is shortage of one electron, mean the negative character decreases, or we can tell that the positive character increases. Now electron is removed, so we have free electrons also. So since the electron is knocked out, so we get positive ion and free electrons. Clear? Now this positive ion can accept electron and can change back into neutral atom. So let us compare the mass of electron with positive ion. Now mass of electron is 9.1 10 to the power minus 31 kg, and this mass is very small, but it plays a significant or major role in atomic level. Now let us find the mass of this positive ion. Okay, so the mass of positive ion, let me write over here. The mass of positive ion equals the mass of electron, these two electrons, electron in the innermost orbit, plus the mass of neutron plus the mass of proton. So we can see that the mass of positive ion is more in comparison to the mass of electron, and this electron is not created, the electron is released from the atom, electron is knocked out from the atom. So we find that positive ion is massive. Positive ion is massive in comparison to free electrons. And in case of solid, it is the free electron which can move within the conductor. In case of solid, the atoms or molecules cannot move from one end to next end of the conductor. They only vibrate about their mean position. So the positive ion cannot move from one side to next side of the conductor. They only vibrate about their mean position. So it is only the free electrons that drift within the body of the conductor, giving rise to electric current in solid. Now for the liquid, as I told earlier, positive and negative ions causes electric current. Now some liquid are conductor of electricity. A conducting liquid is called electrolyte. For example, we can take copper sulfate. Okay, so let me erase this figure. So we can consider or take copper sulfate. So now the electrolytic solution provides positive ions. So when we take copper sulfate solution, now it dissociates, giving rise to Cu plus 2 ion, that is positive ion, and SO4 minus 2 ion, or we can simply write SO4 minus minus or Cu plus plus ions. Clear? Now when external electric field or potential difference is applied, the positive and negative ion move, giving rise to electric current. Hence, conducting liquid. In case of conducting liquid, positive ion and negative ions are the current carrier. Clear? So let me erase it. Now for gas, let us come to the gas. Now we know in general, gas or at ordinary condition, gas or gases are insulator. Okay, they are insulator. Ordinary condition ma ग्यासहरु के हुन्छ insulator हुन्छ. However, when we keep gas at low pressure and when they are subjected to high potential difference, the ionization of gas molecules take place. भनेको मतलब यदि हाम्रो ग्यास चाहिँ लो प्रेसरमा छ हैन, लो प्रेसरमा हैन, अन्डर के छ हाई potential difference, then ionization of gas molecules takes place. That is, electron and positive ions are formed. Clear? Now these charge, that is electron and positive ion, they move, giving rise to electric current in gas. Now as I told earlier, positive ion are massive, they move slowly, whereas electron being light, since these are lighter particles, they move freely. Okay, so let us come to the type of electric current. So we have variation of electric current with time. So we can see the different types of electric current. So we have steady current, we have varying current, we have alternating current. So in case of steady current, this is the nature of the graph. We have a straight line, okay, and this line is parallel to the time axis, okay, and this is called the steady current. There is no change in the magnitude of current. So this is ideal steady current, and this is a varying current. As we change or increase time, the magnitude of current goes on increasing, and this is called alternating current. So I shall be discussing alternating current, that is AC current, later on. So in this case, as we change time, then the magnitude of current goes on increasing from 0 to maximum, and then to 0, and again to minimum value, and again to 0. So what we see in case of alternating current, the magnitude of current changes at each point, okay, and the direction changes periodically. So this much for today, and you can follow me uh, at my Facebook page, that is @G1 Physics, or you can email me at this ID if you have any queries. And please do like and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. ला, बोल दिइहाल्यो क्या?